What is up, legends? We are back and with another HypeWatch. Alright, so this is HypeWatch 34 since I changed over the MMO show to HypeWatch. And pretty much what we do in HypeWatch, if you're new, is we talk about mobile gaming or any PC gaming that's relevant that we would like to talk about. No PC gaming this week that's relevant. However, we do have a lot of mobile stuff to talk about. And fighting game stuff, I'm determining if I'm gonna just make that a completely different show, because it doesn't seem like it fits and everybody may not necessarily be looking for that type of stuff. So I might actually either make another channel, which I don't want to do, or just make a different day for the fighting game stuff, like maybe like Saturday for fighting game stuff, and that might end up being a whole lot better. But that aside, first game up is CrossCore. Now, as you guys can see, CrossCore is the new hype. It actually is the new hype. People are talking about this game. It feels a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics and a more, more graphical version of Final Fantasy Tactics. I just try to give you guys the hype early, and this is the hype early. We will actually be able to take a look at this game soon. It doesn't have anything that you can pre-register right now, but it will be available soon for you to actually do it. Pay attention to Billy because it's going to be here more or less, and this is going to be the easiest place for you to actually get in and play this game. And of course, it has its waifus. So very first thing up on the thing is the hype, and I don't think I'm going to play majority of this, but you guys can look at the stuff and see that waifu right there. Like, wow. It has some good art. This has some good art overall. So definitely look forward to this one. Alright, next up, we have something very interesting. So you guys remember when I covered DC Heroes and Villains, it was not like this. I don't know what this is or why it's in this particular manner right now, but this game wasn't like this. This game was like a RPG, and what was interesting is it flagged on my channel, and Warner Brothers flagged me. Like, Warner Brothers was like, nah, you can't show this, take it down. And I was like, the hell, it's just a mobile game. And then it just came back and turned into this vertical nonsense. Like, why? Like, who at Warner Brothers decided they wanted to make a puzzle game out of this? It was better the other way, and it was cool. Now, I don't know if they actually took the other game back and decided to revamp it a little bit and then release it as something else, or what the hell happened, but this is still the same characters and the same game and the same look and the way they look, like all the same stuff, but it's a puzzle game now. What? When I did that video, it had like 20,000 views and people was like hyped. They were like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like, can we get this now with soft launch and everything else? Warner Brothers was like, nah, this is a bad idea. And thought this was a better idea? They're probably going to flag this video for stupidity, because like, what is this? Sometimes game companies, I don't know. Like, all right, so next up, Noah's Heart. This also is incoming hype, but it's going to depend on how well the game servers can handle a lot of people and how many people they handle in a certain area. Tower of Fantasy is going through that right now. We're going to talk about Tower of Fantasy at the end, because I have a good deal to say about Tower of Fantasy, and not bad like some of the other YouTubers are doing. I think a lot of people, this is why it's problematic when a lot of people become YouTubers and reviewers, because a person could be a YouTuber and a person could be a content creator, but not every YouTuber and content creator can actually be a reviewer. That's the problem, and a lot of it. And sometimes content creators try to be reviewers, and they should just stay being content creators, because they're bad as F at being reviewers. So we're going to talk about that at the end. Starblind. Now, Starblind is a shooter, so to speak. It's like a kidsy shooter, and not my cup of tea. But you guys kind of, hello YouTube, stop being trash, please. Not my thing, obviously, and I got a new thing on the channel now, that the games that I don't cover what I agreed to, because I used to, you guys know, that I would get a lot of games come in on the channel that I'm supposed to cover, and I'd be like, no, just no. Is this another idol? No. Like, no. So what's gonna happen is this was a game that I was asked to actually cover. I was like, what is this? I was like, I'm telling my kid to play this. I'm not gonna play this, but what we're going to start to do now is we're going to start to put them on HypeWatch now, so they still get coverage and people can see them and download them and everything else like that. But I just won't personally be doing a complete video on them. That's what I made a concession to do, because I just flat out would ignore them. And I did kind of feel bad about that, because people just, you know, people do content, and people make games, and I like to cover it in some type of way, even if I don't make a video. So this is what we're going to be doing for now. Fantasy City, another one of the said games. I felt that this wasn't, because I covered plenty of games like this, and this is kind of like a city builder slash army builder. There's literally like 100 of those on the market right now. But people like this. There is a market for this type of stuff, so I wanted to just put it out there. This also is a new global game that came out that you guys can get into. Links will be in the description. So, you know, there's going to be a lot now on HypeWatch, and I'm going to have to talk fast because there's just going to be a lot of games. Another one up, you can actually soft launch play this game right now if you get the APK, but Grand Zinca Super Ranger RPG is kind of retro and everything else. It reminds me of Guardian Tales and some of the, like, I think Solo Hero or something like that. Not the Arrow Hero, but you guys kind of get like the gist of it. One of those games where you can just run around and kind of like be OP and kind of idle and stuff like that. Like I kind of limit how many idle games I cover on the channel, but this is clearly another one of those, and another one of those that I said nah. So, but you still get the link and you still get to see it. Chimera Land. Chimera Land is actually going to be coming soon. I believe in 2 or 3 days or something like that. We'll see. I played the Asian version of this, if you guys remember. It was pretty lit. It was pretty lit. And this is another game. There's a lot of people in the world, and I don't think mobile companies are understanding that, you know, it's cool and everything when you play in-house, so if you play with a few people, but when you put this out in the world and there's like 100 to 1,000 people on the server playing, nobody's going to be able to move. Like, and that just, your score, your 10.0 score is going to be like a 2.0 because nobody's going to be able to move, and everybody's going to be mad. They're going to say your game sucks and trash and everything else, and they're never going to get to see the game because they can't move far enough from lagging to even see the game. Tower Fantasy. We're going to talk about that at the end, though. Next up, we have Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, it is confirmed that Fullmetal Alchemist will be doing content from Brotherhood and not the original version, but they will have original version stuff in it, which is kind of interesting. Like, I guess you get like summons and things like this, but this is actually looking kind of good. I'm still scared for it, if we're being honest. For one, Square gives up easy on mobile stuff, and two, it's an anime game. And they always phone it in on anime games. And what I mean by phone it in, like we were talking about last week with Bandai, they don't, as crazy as it sounds, with as much money as the anime IPs make, they don't put money into actually making it be quality. But if you look at this actually looks kind of amazing though. And it kind of looks a little bit like a fighter, but they have levels. So I'm kind of intrigued if it's going to be like a kind of like a little bit of a 3D fighter type of feel, and it's going to be world, and is it going to have a little bit like how the One Piece game is, because it has a lot of open world type of scenes and stuff like this where it actually looks really amazing. So I'm hoping that it don't be trash, to be honest with you, and I'm just hoping that it don't be trash. Just don't be trash. What's this with Dashi? Dashi always ends up crazy. It's scarier than you think. Dashi, it don't even be scary. You just be dramatic. But, alright, so is this Akasha? Yeah, this is Project Akasha. I forgot I even put this here. Project Akasha is next hype. You guys know I give you the next hype, and then other people just come through and be like, oh my god, I just found this myself, and I always give people the hype first. It's been like that for like 5 years. The Project Akasha right here, next hype, definite banger. You already see the waifus and everything else. Here's the thing, I got to play this, and it reminds me a lot of Cafe Gun Girl, which, you know, people bailed out on Cafe Gun Girl. I still play Cafe Gun Girl because I think it's still lit. And they have 4-player PvP that was amazing. It was amazing, y'all. I put it up on the channel. That 4-player PvP, that was the most fun PvP I ever had on mobile, and it didn't lag a lot. it did lag some, and sometimes some areas when there was a whole bunch of AoE or something like that, but you could still get through it. It wasn't like lag where you can't move for like 2 seconds and you just die from AoE. It wasn't like that. It was just lag because the game was like, God damn, there's a lot of AoE. And then it was like 1 second and it'll let you move and stuff like that. But this game seems a little bit like that, except for the characters are more defined and look better. And they're older characters. One of the things that grate me a little bit in a Cafe Gun Girl is that all the girls are underage, or every single one of them, except for I think Juno. I think Juno is like 20 or something like that. Actually, Juno and the succubus girl, I'm forgetting her name because she's like hundreds of years old. She just looks young. But all the rest of the girls are underage, and they got them all types of like skimpy and everything else. Which and then they censor it. I want to make a statement about that real quick. I'm looking at everybody sus who is upset at Blue Archive over censoring when every single one of those girls are underage. Where they censor how underage girls look. Like, they're all under 18, y'all. And I see people on the Twitter right now, my censorship, but go to jail. You know that's illegal, right? Like, that's illegal. That's why I don't understand how people are sitting, and it's like a lot of people sitting up there mad about censorship of underage depiction. When you go to jail for that, they literally can stop and say, this person right here, like FBI could literally stop and look at your profile and say, oh, you like looking at underage women and you mad about jail. They literally could do that. They can literally do that, and I'm all you sus. Every single one of you who are mad over that are sus. I'm 100% on that because I could see if it was grown women and they censoring grown, then I'll be like, damn, they grown women. Like, can you put like a rating on this game or something? But when it's underage kids and they censoring it because they don't want you looking at a underage girl butt, and you're mad because you can't see the button, nah, you gotta sit down, shut the fuck up, and just go do something else at that point. Because stay away from my kids and everybody else's kids because you sus. Next up, Velvet Code right here. I had to say that because that shit irritates me because people are like straight up mad because they can't see little girls with half their clothes off. Like, bro, no, you go to jail. Something wrong with you. Velvet Code right here. More hype right here. Here you go. Hit that pre-register. I already got a pre-register on a different account, so we ain't gonna worry about that. Same thing with Tower of God. Okay, so here we go. Tower of God. This game looked good, and it's another anime game. I saw a few people got the soft launch played or something like that in Asia, and it popped up on Bilibili. I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was actually I thought it was an anime. Because the cutscene for this game was like on I'll show you. Let's go to the end right here. I'll let it see. It was like right here. So I clicked these when I see something that I recognize, and I thought it was anime, and I clicked it, and I was like, whoa! This look kind of lit. This looks kind of lit. Like, what's going on right here? Like, you see, this is the stuff that I saw on the screen, so I thought it was like the show, so I thought maybe it was coming back or something like that, and I didn't know. So I'm like, yeah, I want Bam, can you get F Rachel, by the way, but can we get some like some revenge or something like that? Can we get like can we get some hype on the anime? Adult Bam, I see you. Like, it actually looks kind of good. Like, this is gonna be some hype. Look at this UI. There's a lot of stuff going on right here. This actually though looks like the Revived Witch UI. It looks like that. And Revived Witch UI is kind of just quick and snappy and stuff like this. I don't know if you could probably just get rid of some of this stuff. You could probably just swipe it out and hit something. So I ain't too much worried about that. Most games give you the option to take away stuff, and it's fine. But this game is looking amazing right now. Like, look at this right here. Look at this boss fight right here. I do believe this is turn-based though, from what I can see. But look at this. Look at that. That looks like Shinryu from Final Fantasy 14. This looks like it's gonna be amazing. And Well, it looks turn-based, but if you look on the bottom right, this looks like you actually be able to control one character out of it and kind of just run around. The rest of the characters do what they want, kind of like what Seven Knights does, Seven Knights 2. And you do have movement, but there is cases where it looks like it's turn-based, which, let me show you. Right, look in the background right here. Like, look at the background right there. So what I think is that the characters follow you around, and this is probably her super right here. But there is times where you can actually stop time, like Final Fantasy like. So just, you know, just looking at all the stuff and some of the gameplay that I've seen, it looks like it's turn-based and able to move at the same time. Like certain fights are going to be that way. So that's interesting because there's numerous things that's like that. Now, I also wanted to point out right here, which is why we're looking at this, that if you go down the line right here on tap, you can see other things. Majority of this I've already covered. That's why I'm just going to really show you this real quick. Because people ask like an easy way they can see stuff and not have to wait for Sunday when I do stuff like this. I'm gonna put this in the link in the description right here. Just hit the coming soon on tap and you can kind of like see stuff like going down the line. So it's something to pop out like that. You should see this, so on and so forth. I don't know if we're gonna really talk that much about Jaeger because Jaeger is in 10 days and it really shouldn't be talked about now. But I actually want to put it out there. As you guys can see with this is actually kind of cool. It's a little bit like Monster Hunter in my opinion, and again, this is going to be, see, you're moving smooth like this now, but this is because they're in the test type of realm. When this comes live, we're going to see how the servers are reacting. There's going to be thousands of people on it, but from what it's looking at right now, it's actually kind of looking amazing. If you look like this looks really smooth and intuitive, like you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Some more hype to try out, and then again, pre-register if you guys want. And Graffiti Smash. Now Graffiti Smash, I'm already global registered, so I didn't need to do it here. I covered this on the channel and it got a lot of reception, more reception than I thought it would get, because it's a Boltering game and all people do every time they see Boltering games is be like, oh my god, they shut down everything, when they literally only shut down 2 games and they got like 40. Not kidding, they shut down 2 games. They got 40. But people are like, oh, all they do is shut down stuff and then it just dies and everything. People just are so freaking dramatic for no reason. Like, dog, just if you feel that way, play the game free to play and have fun and shut up. Like, you just don't even do anything else. But you have dudes who just go out their way. They kind of like, they act like they have stock in somebody's company to just freak out and be with like a picket fence and be like, oh my god, don't play it and everything else. You're supporting them. Like, dog, I'm gonna play free to play. I don't know what the F you talking about. You ain't gonna tell me what to play. You crazy? They be trying to come in my comment section like, why are you playing this? Like, bitch, why are you playing it? Why are you in my comment section? I'm gonna play what the hell I want to play. You see me say top up? You see me tell you to spend $100? I don't never tell y'all to spend any money on the game. I tell y'all spend if you feel the need to have some fun, and if I feel something is going to be very detrimental and you're going to not get your money, I say clone game rules, which basically means play that ish for fun and keep it moving. But people want to go out their way to tell you don't play something like they're actually in your pocket and sitting at your desk or sitting with your phone and want to slap the phone out your hand and tell you don't play something like they rule the world. That is not going to fly, ever. You are never going to come into my comment section and do that. You can go into somebody else's comment section and do that, and they allow you to do it and allow you to talk all that type of crap, but you won't do it here. So, Graffiti Smash is coming out in a few days. I wasn't that big on it, but you guys seem to like it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a super big fan, but it got a lot of hype and a lot of people liked it. And I'm going to play it and see what I can get. And if I have fun with it and stuff like that, kind of the same way like that other top game that came out that got a lot of hype and died in like 1 week. I forgot the whole totally name of it. Everybody wanted that game to come out forever. And I was sitting there the whole time like, why? Because I knew what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because of the type of game it is. But everybody just wanted it out. And as soon as it was out, dead in a week. So I hope that doesn't happen to this game. I don't ever want any game to die in the week, but we'll see what happens. And last but not least, Magic Tower. Okay, so you guys have seen me play Magic Tower, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion and what is happening and why this game literally has a 5.0, but still number 1 on the popularity list on Bilibili, which actually is a major statement. The reason why it's number 1 is because it's a good game. It's an excellent game. It's like Genshin, Honkai, PGR all in one game, and I'm not kidding. It literally has all of that stuff in one game, with the fact that you can character create your own character and make it look like damn near whatever, almost anything that you want, except for a black dude, because there is no brown skin on the male side. It's gray, it is charcoal, but there is no brown. No brown whatsoever. On the female side, there is brown skin, as you guys can see, the characters that I made. But on the male side, negative. You don't get to be a male black person. You get to be a gray person. You get to be a person who look like they fell down the chimney, but you don't get to be a actual black person, which I'm like, oh, bruh. The first chance that I had, as soon as I found an email for feedback, I hit them up and said, how do you do that with the female side but not the male side? Does somebody not like black men? Like, how does that happen? I don't get it. You got gray people, but not brown skinned people. Excuse me? How? What? like what? How? Why? Anyway. The problem with this game is that this game is suffering from, we are still too early in the technology period for a game to try to throw 50 to 100 people in a gigantic open world space like that on mobile. It hasn't worked at all ever yet. At all. No game has done it properly. There have been games in the open world stuff that work well, like Honkai and Genshin, and when PGR tries to do it, they work somewhat well, but you still get lag. When you try to throw 50 to 100, which they have a patch coming, by the way, that's supposed to try to help fix that, which is probably going to limit how many people is actually in the world and how many people are visible. I think that the patch literally says that, but that doesn't work well, and it's never going to work well on mobile phones because they are not designed to handle networking like that. The mobile phone could be almost as good as a computer, but mobile phones networking and data that it processes is still a mobile phone, and it still has to process the data, and it's still, mobile phones just are not far enough along. So what's going to happen is a lot of people who are playing on mobile, who predominantly play mobile, especially like in the Asian market, which is where this is at predominantly. The Asian market, if you guys didn't know, is more on the mobile side than the emulation side. It's hands down. It's probably like a 60-40, maybe even higher. It might even be a 730 mobile to emulator. So they're predominantly on the cell phones, lagging their faces off right now and pissed off at this game. And in fact, if you go to anywhere that Magic Tower, Tower Fantasy has reviews, it's littered with people saying that they're lagging, their phone can't play it, their phone can't handle it, they got potato phones and they thought they had $1,000 phone. It's littered with that, and that's the exact reason. Now, from the outside looking in, this is the problem why I say that everybody shouldn't be a reviewer. You have people on the internet saying, oh, the game sucks and you can't play the game hardly and everything else. That doesn't mean the game sucks. That means you can't play. There's an accessibility problem. You have to say that there's an accessibility problem. You have to say that people are lagging and can't validly enjoy the game. When you play the game, as you guys can see, when I'm playing, I'm going in dungeons, I'm playing with people, I'm in the open world. There's like a ton of stuff in the open world to actually do. I have a character that I customized that I can basically make it any way I want. I can pick up weapons from other characters or turn into those characters and keep my original character. So if there's ever a character, see, the one thing that I always wanted in Honkai and Genshin was the ability to make my own character. And if I want, like, just make the character that I ultimately ever wanted to summon. And I was allowed to actually do that in Tower of Fantasy, which makes that amazing. Because the dark-skinned waifu that I always wanted to actually have in those games, I just made it. And she literally could take the weapons of the other characters and still be like that is amazing. So if there's ever a husbando that you wanted to actually make, like if you wanted to make the loot, you can just make the loot in this game. If you wanted Zhao, make Zhao. You wanted freaking what's the new guy name? Whatever the only guy is. By the way, I actually got him in Genshin. By the way, he like I one-shotted it. I just didn't do the video because I'm like whatever at Genshin. But if you want to actually like make that character, like Ito, that's his name, Ito. If you want to make, you can make him, and that is absolutely amazing. So I'm looking at everybody who's reviewing it and just talking about, oh, the game sucks and everything else. Like, did you actually play it, or did you lag in the first 10 levels of the game and be like, it's trash? Like, that's not reviewing. But if you look at the reviews for this game, that's what they're doing. And why people say that other YouTubers get mad at me. They get mad because I call stuff out like that. Like, stop being bullshit ass reviewers and review the game. Like I shouldn't have to say that, but I have to say that because YouTube is a place that allows people to bullshit majority of the time, and people will think that that's just the way that the world is because the person is just good at bullshit and just good and has a lot of viewers or whatever else like this. Review the goddamn game. That's all you got to do. Review, and the game will tell on itself. The game will tell on itself. Like, you see me playing the game and you will literally see me lagging and see me do stuff, and I'll say, oop, we got lag here. Like, hell, I was lagging on summoning. And the main reason I was lagging on summoning is because I was actually in the open world where people were just coming in and out the zone, and it's literally like 50 to 100 people, and that's why it was lagging. The game can't handle that. It doesn't matter what they say industry wise, there's no game that can handle that right now. This is a PC game. And I'm sad because I physically can't play the PC version for some reason. My computer won't do it. I've been trying to debunk it for like ever, and it just won't do it. And that's another problem. If you guys remember what I said last HypeWatch, I literally said the one thing that will make this game fall is accessibility. And that's literally what's going on right now. I had an idea from the beta. I was like, you know what? This isn't easy to get into. I was like, I hope they fix this. And they didn't. And I hope they see this right now. This is your problem with Tower Fantasy right now. It's your accessibility. It's not the game. And it's not even really the fact that, lag is going to happen. And people should be used to that by now with these types of games. And this is just a PC game. I would throw out trying to do it on mobile at this point. It's not going to work. This is just a PC game. Make it a PC game. Concentrate on that going forward, and you will be fine. People will play this game. People will go ape crap. This will be big on Twitter and YouTube if you just concentrate on making this a PC game. It has no business being on mobile. The same way Genshin has no business being on mobile. Same way Honkai has no business being on mobile. The same way PGR has no business being on mobile. Murmur, all of those games that are like that, none of them belong on mobile because mobile can't handle this stuff right now. And no matter how much y'all try to force it until mobile gets to the point where it can, where cell phones are like damn near mini computers, which they kind of are, but networking they're not. Networking, they're still about 10 years behind, and until that catches up, none of these games are ever going to run properly like that on mobile. They're just not, because they can't. Technology just hasn't reached there yet. So that's what's going on with Tower Fantasy. And we'll see, because they're getting so much pushback right now, it may not even get to global. And me personally, like, I'm reaching out to them and telling them, look, concentrate on PC, because mobile side, you are never going to be able to just run around the way that you need to in that game, and people are just going to continue to be mad. Just concentrate on PC at this point. It's an excellent game, in my opinion. There's so much stuff to do, and it's so much fun, and the fact that you can play with people and run around in the world together like that is awesome, and take on world stuff, and there's world bosses and puzzles that you can play together. You can see other people and see what people character created and stuff like that. Is amazing. That is all the stuff that Genshin and Honkai and PGR don't do, and they did it excellent. That's all they need to concentrate on, is making it PC. So that is the thing. And I hope more YouTubers actually, you know, properly review the game and tell the truth on the matter. And they see this video and say, you know what, maybe I need to do it properly and go and proper review and not just lean on what everybody else is saying about the lag and that it's trash and stuff like that. Because lag, yes, makes a game hard to play, but it doesn't make a game suck necessarily. Like, you have to actually say whether the game is good or not. Game is good, accessibility bad. That's what's going on with Tower Fantasy. So, I'll catch you guys next video. Be legendary, and I will see you soon. Peace.
Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.